Statistics are the next category, and as you know, the MLB servers are having some issues, so we will not rely strictly on the MLB server statistics and standings to house our stats. In turn, we will use League Daddy. It's vital that post-game you go on there, and the winner should submit the score for the game. Now, if the losing team gets in there and does it first, that's fine, but the score is basically the runs, the hits, the errors. Each team is responsible for inputting their individual player statistics. I repeat, each individual is responsible for putting their individual player statistics into the stats. If you don't know how to do it, just mess around with it for a little bit. Email some of the guys that'll help you, and you will find out how to do it. There is an option while you do that, so you can save your starting lineup. So even though you may change a second baseman or a catcher or a pitcher, for the most part, you can save your starting lineup so you don't need to do the drag down every time. The rosters and the pictures have already been uploaded for you to use. Same thing with standings. We will use the League Daddy standings as our official standings. And that way, because there's going to be errors where we incorrectly award wins and losses, not we, but the MLB servers incorrectly award it to those within the MLB server on our league page. That's why we will go by League Daddy, because that is what we can manually control. Another very important topic right now. If you get disconnected in the middle of a game, what do you do? Well, the short answer is what you need to do is replay the game as an exhibition, because a lot of times when inside the league, if you're playing, it's going to automatically give someone a win or a loss. That win or loss is not binding. But what you need to do is replay the game in an exhibition using the pitcher that you did, etc. And you just recreate it the best you can. This isn't a perfect system, but it's the best we can do. So you replay that from the inning or from the score, the inning and the score from where you left off. We just had a game tonight that conked out 3-0 in the bottom of the second or third inning. You should restart from that point. Work it out amongst yourselves. If you cannot come to a joint decision on how to resolve that and what the score should be, email the commissioner's office and they will get back to you within 24 hours. Don't expect a response immediately. There are a few things that are going on, but we will get back to you soon on how to resolve it. But please know, if the two of you do decide to submit that to the commissioner's office to make a decision, that decision will then be binding. So try to work it out amongst yourselves. That's where the communication is key. Again, we will use the standings on League Daddy as our official standings. Postseason. I'm working on a few things right now. First thing to note regarding the postseason is we will not use postseason within MLB The Show. We will do exhibition games for the postseason. The reason is MLB The Show only allows you to play the length of a series, the same length as your regular season in the playoffs. We definitely don't want one game postseason series, one win and takes it home, so we're going to move it offline where you get injuries and all that will be restart, and you're going to have to go through a rotation. More details will be emailed out regarding that. But again, we will move postseason out, and we will record those strictly on League Daddy. I am debating the number of teams that will make the playoffs. Currently, it is set at 4 from the American League, 4 from the National League, but I may expand that to 6. I'd be very interested in your input or any feedback on that. If you have it, please post it either via email to me or in the chat room so other people can comment. My thinking is the more teams that make the playoffs, the more likely people are going to stay engaged and want to play. However, we will need to make a determination on how long the playoff series should be. My initial thought is if we stick with 4, it'll be a best of 5 all the way through. If we go to 6, we'll have a first round bye for 2 teams, and then maybe a best of 3 or a best of 5, but that's the specifics that we'll work through. So start thinking about how many teams that you think should make the playoffs. I may put it to vote later this week. Next topic, in the event that the MLB servers crash altogether, we will move the league entirely to League Daddy, and then the games will take place via personal exhibition challenges. Some other leagues are run that way, and it may be our only option. At that point, we will address how rotations will work. And, just understand that as we go, we're going to have to make some decisions on the fly. Some decisions you may like, some you will not like. But, again, they will be made in the best interest of the league and ultimately the best fairness. We're trying to create a league that's fair, equitable all across the board. If you have any thoughts, suggestions, always send them in to your commissioner, share them with other people, get some thoughts, and send them forward. The one important aspect is as long as we can stay in MLB The Show, the online version, that does affect your stamina and fatigue and all that. So the longer we can stay in there, even if the stats and the standings and nothing else was functional, we could still use that fatigue factor, which is such an important piece of UniversalSportsGamer.com where it doesn't get more sim. So that's the basics for now. Welcome board again. We greatly appreciate your taking the time. Send more of your guys this direction. Just have them register for the website. We will soon begin a second league in another 10 to 14 days. This rules overview will also be used for them. But we appreciate, again, you being aboard. Hit me up with any questions. It's a pleasure. We're looking forward to it. Thanks again. UniversalSportsGamer.com, where it doesn't get more sim.